Hi everybody, this is Julie. I'm sitting in my car at Walmart. I had to get a few things. Got my applesauces. I call them applesauces. They give me nutrients that I need. Yes, it's baby food, but I call them applesauces. Makes me feel better. But they give me nutrients I need because some of the foods that I'm able to afford to buy not necessarily have the nutrients I need, but it does feed me. And that helps me give me a little boost for nutrients. I also got some spring rolls. You gotta have a treat every now and again, or your body or your system will go into shock. And this is my chocolate. Just a little snack for me. Kind of make me feel better for the day. Anyway, a lot of people was asking me why I had 3 meetings today with government officials. I won't say who they are or where I went, because I like to approach situations like that subtly, very subtle. See where, if we can come into common ground before I get too big into situations. Meaning, yes, I'm an activist. I do rallies. I'm on overpasses, parks, all over the place. I've been all over Ohio, rallying and such like that, and standing up for what I feel is right. Whether it's for what's going on here in Ohio or out in other states or throughout America. It just depends on what the situation is. I'm just all over the place, but well, it's just what I do. But anyways, I had 3 meetings today. I have crunch for time, especially during the week. I have no time other than to work, sleep, and drive. I drive far away to work and then, come back home. So my whole week is shot through work, because I got to make a living so I can eat and stuff. But that's what you got to do. So time is short there. I try to cram whatever I can on the weekends, wherever I can. And today happened to be 3 meetings. Multitask. That's kind of what I do. One of the meetings I did, I won't, like I said, I won't tell you who I talked to. I kind of dressed up a little bit professional instead of my red, white, and blue and American flags and blah, 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 like I, sometimes do for my rallies. I didn't have my Lavoie pen, but I did have the pen that a friend of mine gave me through the Patriot Network. Awesome. I got one for my, necklace, and I also got one for a hat or, a jacket or something. It's a pin. This is pendant, and then I have a pin. Anyway, several years ago, I won't say how many years ago, I was looking for a job, and for a year. All the jobs were advertising that they're hiring and whatnot. So, but I kept applying. I mean, I was applying for everything that I didn't know if I could do it or not, but I was just applying for everything. And this official I was talking to, now that Trump's into play, I was hoping, maybe job openings are opening up. I don't know. But so far, I'm still hitting roadblocks, but that's just the way it is, I guess. But anyways, this official I was talking to, I wanted them to look into the job market, because back when I applied for this job, I had to get help to totally dumb down my resume, because it took me a year to find a job, and I had to dumb down my resume as dumbed down as I could possibly be, because I have operations manager experience, I have plant manager experience, office management experience, sales experience, launched some cell phone stores years back when Sprint came out. I launched 3 of them in Cincinnati. But anyways, I totally had to dumb down my resume just so I could get the job I have. And I literally walked into a temporary service crying, saying I didn't care what job it was or how much it paid. I just wanted to work. So that's how I got the job I'm at now. However, it's a long way from where I live. Long way. Half my check goes to gas. So, I'm on a very tight, low budget. But, I have health insurance, all that, all that stuff, taxes and everything taken out. And then half my take-home pay is for gas to even work. First 2 hours of my day is covering my gas to work. If that kind of tells you anything. So anyways, I want to get a job that's either closer to home, actually a lot closer to home, so I can have more time to do the things I need to do to help others and whatnot, and to actually get some sleep and relax and breathe and blah blah blah. So anyways, the one person I went and talked to see if they'd look into the job market and see if it's a lot like the media, actually, fake news type thing. They're doing all this advertising, but none of them I've seen have actually been hiring. I'm not saying all of them, but that's the way it was several years ago when I got the job I'm at. Saying there's, jobs out there, but nobody was really hiring. They was just throwing it out there. I mean, just totally throwing it out there, which I call false advertising. So I did that, in hopes that maybe I can get, back into the career field I'm experienced in. You face the things you're way too qualified, not enough education, this, that, and the other. And I totally had to dumb down my resume to get the position I'm at. I'm not saying I don't like the position I'm at, but it's not, I'm barely able to survive and do the things I need, a bare minimum. Like I said, this is my applesauce. Yes, it's baby food, and it's pretty much like applesauce. It's just got more nutrients in it. It helps me get the nutrients I need, because some of the foods that I buy may not have the nutrients I need, but I need to eat. You budget the way you can. So this is my applesauce, and it's actually good. I like it. And you kind of gotta, work with what you got, and that's what I'm doing. But anyway, that was that one. The second one was, like I said, I'm not throwing names out because could hurt what I'm trying to do. And everybody needs to do this too. You got things and goals you need to do. They're not listening to us out there on the rally strip. We got our signs. I mean, that's great. I'm still going to do it. I will do it. I'll be all over the place again like I normally am. Stand up for what I believe in and stand up for what's right. That's part of it, though, is more for getting the public involved and, kind of letting them get aware of what's going on, out in the streets, on the overpasses, this, that, and the other. That's great. Let's get the word out. We need more people out there who think maybe like us, or maybe a little bit different but didn't know something. That's great for that. But our elected officials really don't care, to be honest with you. They really don't care. We're not in their living rooms. We're not in their offices. We're not, in their buildings. As long as we're out there, they don't care. They really don't. So we need to figure out somehow to let them hear our voices, and that's why I did what I did today, is get into the offices and talk to them as people, as an American. They need to listen to us because they actually work for us. We don't work for them, but that's the scenario, and we need to change that. We really need to change it. Get them to working for us. Anywho, the second one is, since the court systems in Nevada and Oregon and elsewhere, it's not just there, it has gotten out there, because I support them. The courtrooms has been so disruptive and false and circus show, and they don't even want us to bring our constitutions in the courtroom. Things like that. So yes, I took my constitution to these meetings as well. I offered them to all three meetings, and they appreciated it. I don't know if they just saying that because I'm in front of the face or what, but they also gave me some, so I'm going to take them because I'll give them out. But anyways, they gave me some. I offered mine. They said no thank you. They had their blah blah blah. So hey, constitutions. I also gave them envelopes and some stamps, or offered them, should I say, so they can correspond back to me, because I didn't want them to have an excuse of why they didn't answer me back. Just, give them the tools. They won't, trying to counteract any kind of negativities. But anyways, second one I was talking to about our court systems. My friend Amy Wicks, she had lost her life. I won't get into detail on here, but I've already had videos about that. Seek justice for Amy Wicks, though. But anyways, Amy Wicks, she was out there fighting for those who are incarcerated, for their families, for the ones incarcerated wrongly, or maybe they were incarcerated because they did wrong. However, they have been mistreated in the court systems or in the jails, whether it's bad food or bad health care or whatnot. That's happening everywhere, but that's kind of, I'm not everywhere, so I'm trying to start small, I guess you'd say. So I wanted to talk to this other person about our court systems and how they're railroading us over small things, like traffic tickets and this, that, and the other. They're just money grubbers, or whatever. Let's just throw something on somebody so we can get money from you. That's not right either. They're paying for it. The prisons and stuff get paid for having so many percentage of their prisons beds full. So if they're not full, they're not getting their monies, their grants, and whatever. So they're throwing them, they're throwing whoever they can in the prisons and jails and this, that, and the other, so they can get these money, whether they're guilty or not, or had something thrown extra on their cases or whatnot. Just whatever they can to fill the friggin' beds is what they're doing. So this other person I was talking to was about that, to look into our, our legal system per se here in Ohio, because that's something Amy was heavily into, my friend who lost her life. I won't get into that, but so I'm curious to see how in depth it is here as well. I've noticed it through our patriots in Oregon and Nevada, all the stuff that they're going through and the abuses they're going through while in jail. Half of them today is two of them's there's birthday. Two of them's in there. Well, actually, a bunch of them's in there, but two of them that are in there today's their birthday. This is the second birthday that they spent in jail and have not been charged. Not been charged yet. Or, wait a minute, have not been found, how does I say? They have not been found guilty for anything yet. So they're in jail, innocent until proven guilty. In this case, they're guilty until proven innocent. And that's how they're running it in the system. So I wanted to see how it's going on here in Ohio. And, how they're doing it here. So that was one of the second meetings. I'm not going to get into detail about all that, but I kind of give you an idea why I went to some of these meetings. These were all elected officials, or, been voted in or whatnot. They work for us, not the other way around. Okay, third one has to do with our water systems. That one bothers me a little bit too. Well, actually a lot, but they're poisoning our air, they're poisoning our water and everything else. I did some water runs in Flint, Michigan, and the corruptness there was just crazy. They just wanted to empty out the freaking town. That's my thoughts. I could be totally off, but I doubt it. But they poisoned their water, and Flint, Michigan's got a lot of people that are sick from it and dying from it. A lot of people just up and moved. A lot of abandoned houses. But to me, I think the government wanted that town emptied for their purposes or something else, but they just wanted to clear it out, and it's not cool. But you have other people there that can't afford to move or just up and leave and this, that, and they're fighting every day. Anyways, here in Ohio, I know we have still some bad water here as well. In this case, I know for a fact that they're kind of keeping it under wraps, but in Riverside, Ohio, when there was an old tire place and this, that, and they buried everything, and it's leaking into our water systems. A lot of people don't know that. Even the bottled water anymore that people are selling is just as contaminated as the water coming out of our pipes. So I was talking to one to kind of get an idea of what they actually do to regulate our waters here, because we buy a lot of bottled water and we shouldn't have to. And the reason why we do, it's making other people money. It's not making us healthier. It's actually making us sicker. Making us poorer too, because we got to buy water out of bottles and such, because our water that we should be getting free, God-given water, is contaminated. Yep. We're making bottled water companies all kinds of money for that, and it's not right. A lot of our liberties that we have, we're paying for, and we shouldn't have, or we shouldn't be. You know what? It's God-given to us. It's a gift from God. You know, our air. We got the airplanes just spewing everything in our air. I'm not talking about the ones that, you know, take you from one state to another, blah, blah, blah. Although it is contaminating because, you know, their fuels are going out in the air. But I'm talking about legit poisoning us. Special planes to do that. It's poisoning not only our water, our air, it's also poisoning our food, because we have to use the dirt that this stuff's landing on to grow our food. So that's kind of that. But anyways, I was wanting to look more into our water. And I'm sure I'll probably have more meetings with other people about other things, because there's just so much I want to do, and it's just me. It's just me. But I'm doing what I can, I guess. My mind is turning, and I'm curious. I don't have answers, and I'm trying to find them. I'm trying to figure it out. Because my children and my grandchildren are growing up in this. They are. They're growing up in it. I've lived most of my life, right or wrong. I lived most of it, but they're still growing up. My children are in their 20s. My grandchildren are being born. I have 5 grandchildren, by the way. So awesome. So awesome. I'm a Mimi. But this is for them. But yeah, that's kind of gives you an idea what the 3 meetings were. One was about our water and our why are they contaminating us? What's going on in there, and what are they doing about it, or if at all? Are they, you know, that kind of thing. I wanted a face-to-face with people, because they're not listening to us, not out in the streets doing our signs and this and that. Yeah, we're helping others become aware of things when we do that. More, you know, our brothers and sisters out here. That's great for all that. It really is. And I'll continue to do that. However, the government officials don't care until we're in their living rooms, per se, you know, like in their offices, sitting in front of them, on their doorsteps. Till we're in front of them, they really don't pay any mind, because we're not a threat to them. Not a threat at all. Actually, the threats to them that they're worried about is internal, fighting amongst their own, with each other, inside this freaking government, corporate government, by the way. They are corporate because they got Dunn's number, and if you don't believe me, look it up. So they are corporate, they're a business, and that's how they're running things. And they have been that way for years, trying to throw out constitutions out of the courtrooms. All they're doing is trying to fill up their beds in the jail cells because, that's how they get their extra money. Beds for profits, what I call it. Beds for profits. And it's kind of what they're doing with the illegals, too. They're bringing them over here, don't care where they're going. The illegals, by the way. They're bringing them over, don't care where they're going. Once they got confirmation that they're here, somebody's getting a check. Kind of like that. Not right. It's not right. So now we got these illegals running around that's never been around here before, trying to figure out how to survive and what to do to make a living. And, doing a ruckus and illegal stuff too. I'm not saying they're all doing illegal stuff, but they was illegal when they walked across the border without doing it right. So it's just, America's just running amok. Amok. So that's what those 3 meetings were. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. But I'm trying to do something different. If one things don't work, go around it, go up. Can't go over, around, whatever you gotta do. Go under if you have to. Just go. I don't know. I just don't know, but I'm trying something. Trying. Lord help me. I'm listening to Christian music, by the way. Listen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. My Savior. Okay, anyway. Yes, I'm listening. But anyways, I'm at Walmart. It's raining. Enjoying it. Love the rain. I love the rain. Speaking of rain, water. It's being contaminated. Even the rainwater. Even though I love the rain, and I know it's probably pretty much contaminated. I'm not an expert, but I know it is, just by seeing what the government and everybody's doing to our climate changes and stuff like that. Yeah, I know, I'm a conspiracy theorist. Not. But anyway, there's a lot of facts out there, truthful facts, that it's true. Even though I like the rain, love the rain. Those who know me know that. Love the rain. But it's getting contaminated too. And then it's going into our contaminated soil, and our plants and our seeds are getting contaminated, and just a never-ending cycle. And even the foods we're buying, like I said, the nutrients. A lot of that's we're not getting the nutrients we need. Not getting nutrients we need at all. Even though they should be full of nutrients, we're not getting it. So this is kind of my go around and go to my applesauce, because I can't afford some of the stuff that I should probably be eating, and I know I should be eating. I don't eat out. Can't afford that. Once, maybe every couple months, I might order a chicken Alfredo bowl from Domino's Pizza. They were yummy. And that garlic,